Here is a picture of the Chinese Gate in Liverpool, England, and I'm going to tell you a story from China. Are you ready? A long time ago, in China, the Jade Emperor called a meeting of all of the animals, and he made it into a race. How did he do that? Well, the Jade Emperor said that the years that are used to make the Chinese calendar would be named after each animal in turn, and it would be in the order that they arrived at the meeting. Before I start, I should tell you that the cat and the rat were in those days the worst swimmers in the animal kingdom. But although they were poor swimmers, they were both quite clever. Why is that important? Well, to get to the meeting called by the Jade Emperor, all the animals had to cross a river to get to the meeting place. Cat and Rat decided that the best and the fastest way to cross the river was to hop onto the back of the ox. Ox wasn't very clever, but he was kind, and he agreed to carry them both across. Now for the nasty bit. Halfway across the river, Rat pushed Cat into the water. Then, as the ox neared the other side of the river, Rat jumped ahead and he reached the shore first. So it was him, the rat, that claimed first place in the competition and the zodiac. Yeah, you guessed it, Rat was closely followed by the strong ox, who was named the second animal in the zodiac. After the ox came Tiger. He was panting as he explained to the Jade Emperor how difficult it was to cross the river with the heavy currents pushing them downstream all the time. Anyhow, with his powerful strength, Tiger made it to the shore and was third. He was named the third animal in the zodiac cycle. Suddenly, from a distance came a thumping sound, and Rabbit arrived. Rabbit explained how it had crossed the river by jumping from one stone to another in a very nimble fashion. However, halfway through, Rabbit almost lost the race, but he was lucky enough to grab hold of a floating log that later on washed him onto the shore. As a result, Rabbit was fourth in the race and became the fourth animal in the zodiac cycle. Who was fifth in the race? Well, fifth place was the flying dragon. Of course, the Jade Emperor was curious. Why had such a swift flying creature such as the dragon, why didn't he come first? The mighty dragon explained that he had to stop to make rain to help all the people and the creatures on earth, and therefore he was held back and was late. Then, on his way to the finish, he saw a helpless little rabbit clinging onto the log. So he did another good deed, and he gave a puff of breath to the poor creature so that it could land on the shore. So it was the dragon who helped the rabbit to come forth in the race. The Jade Emperor was very pleased with what the dragon had done, and he was added into fifth place in the zodiac symbol. As soon as the dragon had been added, a galloping sound was heard and a horse appeared. No, he wasn't next. Why? Well, hidden on the horse's hoof was a snake, who suddenly appeared and frightened the horse and made it fall backwards. So it was the snake that came sixth. Yeah, of course, as expected, the horse came seventh, once he'd got over his surprise. Not long after the horse had claimed seventh place, just a little distance away, the goat, the monkey, and the rooster came ashore. All three animals had helped each other to get across the river to get to the meeting place. It was the rooster that had spotted the raft and he took the other two animals, the monkey and the goat, with it. Together, both the goat and the monkey cleared the weeds, tugged and pulled, and finally got the raft to shore. Because of their combined efforts and they worked together, the emperor was very pleased and said that the goat would be 8th. Who do you think came next? Were you right? The Jade Emperor said the monkey was 9th. So who was 10th? Yes, obviously the rooster was named 10th. In 11th place was the dog. He was supposed to be the best swimmer, but he liked to play in the water and so stayed a little longer in the river. But he didn't tell the Jade Emperor that he'd been playing. He said he was sorry for being late, but it was because he needed a good bath. As a result, he almost didn't make it to the finish line in time. Just as the Jade Emperor was about to say the race was over, an oink and a squeal was heard from Pig. The pig was late because he'd got hungry during the race. He'd stopped for a feast and then he'd fell asleep. After the nap, the pig had carried on in the race and was just in time to be named 12th in the zodiac cycle. What happened to the cat? Sadly, the cat drowned in 13th place and didn't make it to the end of the race or into the zodiac. And it's for that reason that cats always chase rats, chasing them to punish them for what the rat had done to cats. Can you remember the order the animals arrived at the Jade Emperor's meeting? Who was first? The rat was first, ox second, tiger third, then rabbit fourth. The dragon had helped the rabbit and was 5th. Then the snake was 6th, just before the horse, who was 7th. Then 3 all arrived together, but the Jade Emperor said the goat was 8th, the monkey 9th, and the rooster 10th. The last 2 were dog 11th and pig 12th. And the poor cat didn't finish because the rat had pushed him into the river and he had drowned. What do the cats do to rats now? Yeah, they chase any rat that they see to get their own back.